From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel, even by the power or the God of thy fathers, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breast and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren.
Right. The separate from his brethren is talking about starting with Manasseh and so forth. All right. Now let's go from there. What verse did you just read?
Verse 26.
Okay, that was verse 26. Did you finish verse 26? Okay, now let's go from there to Hosea, the 7th chapter, and we're going to read the whole chapter. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 7 verse 1. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria. For they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troop of robbers spoileth without.
That's some Edomites, like I said earlier. Go ahead.
And they consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. Now their own doings have beset them about. They are before my face. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. They are all adulterers, as an oven heated by the baker, who ceaseth from raising after he hath kneaded the dough until it be leavened. In the day of our king the princes have made him sick with bottles of wine. He stretched out his hand with scorners, for they have made ready their heart like an oven, whilst they lie in wait. Their baker sleepeth all night, in the morning it burneth it.
Now let's go back to he stretched out his hand with scorners. Go ahead.
All right, it says, in the day of our king, the princes have made him sick with the bottles of wine. He stretched out his hand with scorners.
The bottles of wine is talking about these philosophies. The number one philosophy that they drunk on is Roman Catholicism. Heavy. Okay? Go ahead.
For they have made ready their heart like an oven, whilst they lie in wait. Their baker sleepeth all the night, in the morning.
Go back to scorners.
Okay. In the day of our kings, the princes have made him sick with bottles of wine.
Roman Catholicism, number one. Go ahead.
He stretcheth out his hand with scorners.
He stretches out his hand with scorners. That's why you don't see too many Ephraimites in the camp, man. It's a rare thing that you see Ephraimites in the camp. You see some of them starting to come in now. But a lot of times when we're speaking, right, you might see a Jake or Edomite buck up against what we're saying. Then some simple-ass Ephraimite will come up and he'll join hands. Yeah, them guys ain't right. We got to love every damn body. That's what that's talking about. Go ahead. Because they love the hell out of Caesar. They love Caesar more than Caesar loves his damn self, man. Go ahead.
For they have made ready their heart like an oven, whilst they lie in wait. Their baker sleepeth all the night. In the morning it burneth as a flaming fire. They are all hot as an oven, and have devoured their judges. All their kings are fallen. There is none among them that calleth unto me. Right, if I may say this.
Yeah, they ain't calling unto the Lord, man. They're calling unto Caesar Borgia. Go ahead.
Well, that was it. They call on the Caesar. They don't call on the Most High, because they believe, because they kind of look a little close to what Caesar Borgia looks like. They want to call on that name. It says Ephraim, and I mean I have to say is my mother had that damn picture of Caesar Borgia's up on the wall, and I happened to go over there one day, and she had an old picture of me, when I was like younger, like a teenager. She had the picture all inside of the picture of Caesar, and I said, "Mom, where you got my picture with the devil?" She said, "Ay Dios mío." And then when I went back there again the next time, the picture was gone. Just Caesar Borgia's picture was up. Ephraim,
because she said, "The hell with my son. I'm gonna continue to love Jesus." She ain't gonna tell you that, but that's why she,
Yeah, that's right. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
Ephraim, he has mixed himself among the people. Them Ephraimite women, they love them damn Edomites, man. And them Ephraimite dudes, They love them damn Edomites, especially if you got blonde hair and blue eyes. And then Ephraimite women, they love to bleach their damn hair, man. All right?
Hey, if I miss, I'm sorry.
Well, these are experts right here. We got two experts that actually Ephraimites. All right, go ahead.
Hey, like my pops, right? My pops, one time, because my pops, you know, he's a Taino, right? So he came to me. He said, yeah. He said, man. He said, this is when I was like a little boy. Like, more, I was like a teenager. He said, man, them blonde hair and blue eyed women. He said, you know, well, actually, he just said blonde hair women. He said, wow. He loved them damn Edomite looking women, man. Because my mother, she has like dark hair. She's like, you know, she's fair skinned like me. She has, I think her natural color of her hair is black, but she would always dye it blonde, you know, basically because of my father, you know. It says, Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Right, so that basically what that means is like you cook a pancake or a cake on one side, but you don't flip it. The one side is going to be dark, and the other side is going to be light. And that's how the tribe of Ephraim is. You have some dark and some light, because not all the tribe of Ephraim is light-skinned. You know, you did have Judah and Benjamin that went down in there that actually mingled in among the rest of Ephraim. That's where you got some that are dark-skinned, but you have some actual Ephraimites that were dark-skinned before Jake even got there. Then when the conquistadors came, when they mixed with the conquistadors, that's why you had some.
Well, let's bring it out the right way. When them conquistadors was raping them and killing them. Right. Go ahead.
That's when they started getting lighter, and then some of the darker Ephraimites, they started getting with the lighter women, and then that's what a whole big
yeah, because they hated their black skin. And then another thing, if you're a dark Puerto Rican, the lighter skinned ones shun you, man. You know, like you got a curse on you. I know that for a fact. All right.
Yeah, that's just like Jake up here. You always had the dark skinned Jakes fighting against the light-skinned Jakes. It's the same thing down there. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth.
The strangers is the so-called white man, Esau. Go ahead.
It says, strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not.
That's right. There was one time I was speaking on Fordham Road years ago, and I was breaking down the tribe of Ephraim. Because up there on Fordham Road, you have a lot of Ephraimites, right? So we would always kind of go into the breakdown of Ephraim, because we had Ephraimites in front of us. So there was one guy, grown Ephraimite dude, so he was listening to the scriptures, right? And you can see he was smirking about it. And then when I got to that verse right there, gray hairs are here and there upon him, and he had gray hairs here and there upon him. And when I read that, his eyes popped open. And I said, Poppy, you tell me you're not an Ephraimite? And he kind of stood there, but eventually he walked down the street. All right? Go ahead.
And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face.
And that's us. We testify to their face, tell them that you are of the tribe of Ephraim. And they buck up against it. Remember we read about the part about the scorners? Yep. They join their hands with the scorners? Go ahead.
And they do not return to the Lord their power. No,
they want to go back and worship Caesar, man. And there's one Ephraimite woman. We was on Wall Street, right? And we've been all over the place. I've been all over the place. I've been to so many different places speaking, out on the highways and the byways. Unlike some of you cats out there, we used to go to Wall Street about. Well, Gabar, you was with me and other brothers. We used to go out there 4 times. The Most High freed us up at one point where we didn't even have to work, because people kind of, people that would listen, they would kind of give money, so we were kind of making money that way. So we didn't have to work at a certain point. We were blessed on that level, and we were going out like 4 to 5 days a week. So all during the week we would go out, and then on the weekend we would go out, right? So I was speaking to this Ephraimite, the older Ephraimite chick, came by, and I was basically cursing everybody out, and then she bucked up, and I